The options in the camera setup tab. First of all, if you went through the installation and installed these 5 cameras in the top left hand corner when it asked you to, then these will be showing green. If you didn't install them during the initial run of the program, then they might be showing red. You can install them from here just by clicking one of these buttons. If you have a 3D monitor, then click the all cameras. If you only are running 2D, then click the 2D cameras. So these cameras are used extensively throughout the program for various effects the program has. Exclude default views from 3D list. What that is when you're calling up the list of 3D cameras. So we can see here it includes both the standard spot views and the modified spot views, which are some of those custom cameras. If you've got the modified ones, you don't need to be seeing the standard ones, they don't work as well. So that tick box would exclude those from the list. And it would exclude you from incrementing through those views if you went to next view, etc. The opening XYZ ref exterior move to outside, what that is if we call up the generic exterior camera, which is this one. So this looks wrong because it's an exterior model, but we're at point 0, which is right in the middle of the aircraft model. So ticking this would mean that it would default to being outside of the aircraft model, so we'll call that again, and the camera is now backward rather than at 0.000. So the third tick box is if you've defined a close-up of your instruments, which I've called XYZ panel. So I'll pull that up now. So like this is the one I've got defined for this aircraft. If the tick box was ticked, then it would use the custom camera as a basis for this rather than your normal virtual cockpit camera. The benefit of using the XYZ ref virtual cockpit is the momentum effect has been taken out of that one, so you won't get turbulence affecting this close-up view of your panel. These 2 buttons here are pretty self-explanatory. They'll open various files or directories. The view order config is for 3D views. It'll just configure the order that they show up in the 3D list when that's active in that list. So on to the right hand side here, so the user view configuration, let's just reset that view. So what I did there is I just clicked to apply the existing one for this aircraft. So what it does is it's opened up something I've saved previously, which is a small close-up of those instruments and an exterior view. And so I can basically set up any configuration of windows and just recall that. If I move, so let's say I move this somewhere different and that over there. If I save that, shut those again just to show you it's going to pull it up. So there's that configuration I saved, and so the difference between this and a saved flight is I can pull that up at any time in any flight. So let's close those again, let's go somewhere else. And I can pull those windows up again. So you can see it's not the same as a saved flight, because a saved flight would have put me back where we were previously. This is just open windows and configured them how they were before. If you tick the tick box, then every time I select this aircraft, it will automatically apply that setup. So let's go to a different aircraft and come back to this one. Okay, and we'll go back to the Mooney. Right, so recall that setup when that aircraft got opened. And there's a menu item tick, which means that there'll be an entry up in here, which is that entry there, so you don't need the program window open to call that. Wide view aspect, Prepared has some errors in the readback of the field of view, which I use a lot. I've had to write some custom management of your zoom control to get around that. If wide view aspect ratio is on, then potentially things might look out of whack, in which case try ticking that. If you're not using wide view, then leave that unticked. The track IR ordinal cameras. So under the head tracking, I've got switching between forward, left, right, backward views. That just happens without any special cameras because I can intercept the information coming from the head tracking, except on track IR I can't do that. So if you want to use ordinals on track IR, then you need to click on this and it will set up 3 specific cameras that we can jump back and forwards between for switching between the 3 ordinals. The 4th ordinal straight ahead is a standard camera. With any of the cameras that you add on this screen, they don't become available until Prepared has been restarted.